Most people think procrastination is just a productivity problem. They see it as putting off tasks, delaying decisions, or waiting until the last minute to take action. It may seem harmless at first. After all, what's the difference between doing something today or next week? But when it comes to money, procrastination can become incredibly expensive. In fact, some of the biggest financial losses people experience don't come from bad luck or poor investments. They come from waiting too long to act. The scary part is that these costs are often invisible. You don't receive a bill showing how much procrastination has cost you. You simply miss opportunities, lose potential growth, and slowly fall behind without realizing it. Over time, these hidden costs can add up to thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. 1. Waiting to start saving. One of the most common forms of financial procrastination is delaying savings. Many people tell themselves they'll start saving when they earn more money, get a better job, pay off certain bills, or reach some future milestone. The problem is that time is one of the most powerful tools in personal finance. Every year you delay saving is a year you can never get back. Even small amounts saved consistently can grow significantly over time. Waiting often means losing years of potential growth that could have worked in your favor. Many people underestimate how much progress can come from starting small today. They focus on saving large amounts later, while ignoring the power of consistency in the present. 2. Delaying investments. Investing is another area where procrastination can become extremely costly. Many people spend years waiting for the perfect moment to invest. They worry about market conditions, economic uncertainty, or making mistakes. While caution is understandable, endless waiting often creates a larger problem than taking imperfect action. Markets rise and fall, but time in the market has historically been more important than trying to perfectly predict every movement. Every year spent waiting on the sidelines is a year your money isn't working for you. The cost isn't always obvious because it's measured in missed growth rather than direct losses. However, missed growth can be one of the largest financial expenses a person ever experiences. 3. Putting off career development. Many people delay learning new skills, pursuing certifications, applying for promotions, or exploring better opportunities. They convince themselves they'll focus on career growth later. Unfortunately, every year spent delaying personal development can affect income for decades. A promotion postponed by 2 years doesn't just delay a salary increase for those 2 years. It may reduce future raises, retirement contributions, investment opportunities, and overall earning potential. Career growth often creates a ripple effect. Small improvements today can lead to significantly higher earnings over a lifetime. Procrastination can quietly prevent those opportunities from ever materializing. 4. Ignoring debt problems. Debt rarely disappears on its own, yet many people avoid addressing it because the situation feels overwhelming. They postpone creating repayment plans, reviewing interest rates, or making larger payments toward balances. The longer debt remains unresolved, the more expensive it becomes. Interest continues to accumulate month after month. What could have been handled relatively quickly may eventually require years of payments. Procrastination gives debt additional time to grow. Every delayed decision can increase the total amount paid and extend the time required to achieve financial freedom. 5. Waiting to create a budget. Some people avoid budgeting because they think it will be restrictive or complicated. Others simply don't want to see where their money is actually going. Without a budget, however, it's easy for unnecessary spending to continue unnoticed. Small financial leaks become permanent habits. Money that could have been saved or invested disappears into purchases that provide little long-term value. Creating a budget doesn't require perfection. It simply provides awareness. The longer someone delays understanding their spending habits, the longer they miss opportunities to improve them. 6. Postponing emergency fund savings. Life has a habit of delivering surprises when they're least expected. Medical expenses, car repairs, home maintenance, and job disruptions can happen at any time. People often plan to build emergency savings eventually, but many delay getting started. The problem is that emergencies don't wait until you're financially ready. Without an emergency fund, unexpected expenses often lead to credit card debt, loans, or financial stress. The cost of procrastination becomes especially painful when a crisis arrives before preparation is complete. 7. Avoiding financial conversations. Money can be an uncomfortable topic. Couples may avoid discussing finances. Families may ignore important planning decisions. Business partners may postpone difficult conversations. Unfortunately, avoiding financial discussions rarely solves problems. In many cases, it allows misunderstandings, poor decisions, and conflicts to grow over time. Important conversations about budgets, goals, debt, retirement, or financial expectations often become more difficult the longer they're delayed. Addressing issues early usually leads to better outcomes and less stress. 8. Delaying retirement planning. Retirement may feel distant, especially for younger adults. Because it's decades away, many people assume they have plenty of time to think about it later. This mindset can become extremely expensive. Retirement planning benefits tremendously from long-term growth and compounding. Delaying contributions by even a few years can significantly reduce future results. Many people reach middle age and suddenly realize they lost valuable time that can never be recovered. Starting earlier often matters far more than contributing larger amounts later. 9. Waiting for the perfect financial plan. Some people become trapped by the idea of perfection. They spend endless time researching, comparing strategies, reading articles, and gathering information. Knowledge is valuable, but eventually action becomes more important. A good plan implemented today is often more effective than a perfect plan that never gets started. Perfectionism frequently disguises itself as responsibility, but in reality, it can be another form of procrastination. The desire to avoid mistakes sometimes prevents meaningful progress altogether. 10. The emotional cost of financial delay. The financial consequences of procrastination are significant, but the emotional cost can be just as damaging. Constantly postponing important decisions often creates stress, guilt, anxiety, and frustration. People know they should take action, yet they continue delaying. This creates a cycle where financial concerns remain unresolved while emotional pressure continues to grow. Taking even small steps often reduces stress because progress replaces uncertainty. Action creates momentum, and momentum makes future decisions easier. 11. Why people procrastinate with money. Financial procrastination usually isn't caused by laziness. More often, it's driven by fear. People fear making mistakes, losing money, facing uncomfortable truths, or feeling overwhelmed by complex decisions. Understanding this is important because it changes the solution. The goal isn't becoming fearless. The goal is learning to act despite uncertainty. No financial decision comes with complete certainty. Waiting until every risk disappears usually means waiting forever. 12. The real price of waiting. The true cost of procrastination is not always visible. It's found in opportunities missed, growth delayed, interest accumulated, and years lost. Every day spent postponing important financial decisions represents potential progress that never happened. While one day may seem insignificant, months and years of delay can dramatically alter someone's financial future. The good news is that procrastination loses its power the moment action begins. You don't need to solve every financial problem today. You simply need to take the next step. A small action taken now is often worth far more than a perfect plan delayed indefinitely. The people who build strong financial futures aren't necessarily the smartest or the highest earners. They're often the ones who understand that action creates results while waiting rarely does. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming content.